I've got a wee panel up at the right hand side of my screen. Should I be able to see that with it won't affect the slides anyway, that's okay. Right, okay, Lynn with great politeness and plenty of notice as always has asked me to do a wee training tonight on how Tom and I achieved Premier in period 5 and Bronze Premier in period 6. Because we know that there's a lot of people in the team at the moment who are really looking to go Premier. It is the first level really of quite significant income from the business, so it should be really on everybody's goals list to do in stages, obviously not to go from a standing start to Premier, but to make sure it's a goal for you for a reasonable time period depending on where you are in the business at the moment. Okay, so decide for yourself if you want to go Premier this year or not. You still have plenty of time. The most important thing to do once you've made the decision to go Premier is to put a date on it. Okay, so you could at the moment, Kieran announced today that the details of the autumn showcase, which is effectively the Christmas showcase, will be announced tomorrow. All the details of that. So that would be a really good time frame really to start working on your Premier business. We're just coming out of lockdown just now. While we've been in lockdown, it hasn't affected our business badly in any shape or form, and as we come out of lockdown it will become even better. So definitely anybody who has an intention to be Premier certainly could do it by the Christmas showcase with a little bit of determination. Okay, so once you've decided with the date on it, decide how you're going to do it. It is possible to reach Premier level on personal retail and or building a team. However, personal retail, although it's possible to do, certainly now with the best catalogues now that we've ever had, it's hard work to do personal retail of £5,000. You could probably do it once, but once you reach Premier level, you really want to sustain it every month if you possibly can. And as soon as you go on holiday or your car breaks down or you're not well or whatever, that personal retail can drop temporarily over a period of time. So really a more sustainable business is to build a bit of a team as well to start helping other people to earn an income and build your business to the 5,000 level yourself. Okay, so once you've decided how and when you're going to do it, work the goal backwards to find out what you need to do every period, every week and every day to achieve that goal. So as of period 3 this year, the Premier level is £5,000 of total business volume in a 4-week period, and that's £1,250 a week. But if you just aim to scrape that on £1,250 a week or 5,000 in the month, you might struggle for the goal. So you're probably better to set the goal just a little bit higher. Okay, so a couple of ways to go Premier. You could either retail £5,000 yourself, but that is, you know, again, it's £1,250 per week, which is quite hard to do unless you have a very established customer base. It is hard work, but you will earn £1,750 minimum, because you'll earn at least £1,250 retail profit plus 500 bonus, and it is still easier than a full-time job, but you won't earn anything, as I say, if you're not physically working all the time. So you are a sort of prisoner to your own effort really, if that's the way you want to do it. Alternatively, you could decide that you're going to retail £1,000 yourself and sponsor between 8 and 10 people and teach each of them to retail between £500 and £1,000 each. Because at the £500 level, the bonuses start to kick in, and people who are retailing for bonus, they're more likely to stay in the business because they're getting a little bit on top of their retail profit of 25%. Okay, so in this example, you might want to sponsor 10 people. Oops. Each of those 10 retail £500 per 4 weeks, and you're retailing 1,000 yourself and leading from the front. So your total turnover then is £6,000. You'll earn £250 retail profit and 10% bonus, and that's £350. But each of your 10 people retailing for bonus at £500, they're earning a 3% bonus of £15 themselves each. They're earning a total of £140 a month, and that's on top of their other commitments, their other job, anything else that they're doing. So they're going to stay in the business because they're earning £140, £150 a month. And you will earn, because you've trained them how to do that, you'll earn 7% of their £500 each, which is £35 per person, and that's £350 total. So your complete earnings at Premier for that example would be £700 for 4 weeks work, which is quite nice money to have extra. Really, nobody's got a pay rise of £700 a month, and because we get paid now 13 times a year, that would be over £9,000 in a single year if you maintained Premier for the whole year, which is absolutely brilliant. It's a great extra income, that. Okay, so an activity checklist for you. Decide what you want from your business. Set your goal with a date on them. Let your sponsor help you to do that if you're not sure what you can achieve yourself. Make sure you've got enough catalogues to put out to achieve your catalogue retailing goal. You can't teach it if you're not doing it. I would suggest that you speak to Amanda and Nigel about this, because they're obviously doing a lot of blanket dropping at the moment. They'll know their numbers. They'll know how many catalogues they're working with and how many they lose to get the target that they've got. Is absolutely phenomenal what they're doing. But of course, remember to keep a few catalogues back and give them to your friends and family first. Just tell them that you're working your business, you're earning some extra money, you've got a great product range, it's expanding all the time. Tell them as well about the products that aren't in the catalogue. It's easy to chat to people at the doorstep or chat to your friends and family and just tell them about the other products we have, which are on trend at the moment, because this situation isn't going to go away, and we've got great products now, particularly with that in mind just now, that aren't in the catalogues yet, but they will be soon. So online, set up and build your online selling group. Launch it with an online party. You don't need to go live. You can if you want, but you don't need to. Your sponsor will help you with it. And put 3 to 5 items a day in 30 to 60 local selling groups, and between 5 and 10 on your own group. Every single day. It's consistency really that does it. Our Team Velocity online results are absolutely phenomenal just now, because everybody's very, very consistent. They know exactly how to socially interact with their groups, and they work the numbers really, so that they get the results because they work the numbers. About 5 new items a day on Marketplace would recommend. That allows you to post onto 20 more groups, and every 7 days you can bump your posts from the previous week as well. So after 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to have well over 100 posts on Marketplace as well, and you do get interaction with all of that, and you invite everybody that inquires into your selling group as well to see what else you've got, because they've basically only seen one product that you've got. We would recommend as well that you set up a sponsoring group as well. That captures your leads. You can chat to them, you know, they're all in the one place. All your Facebook leads are in the one place, and you can add information to that as and when, you know, a new company announcement comes out. You've got the online catalogues there, you've got the pay plan there, you've got the sponsoring enrolment link there as well. Everything's all in the one place, and you can always point your prospects to it. And again, as per your Working Upline's advice, you do sponsoring posts every day as well. Start that slowly, as with everything you do in Facebook. Just start it slowly, but be consistent. You can build it up. The more you do, the more you're allowed to do basically in Facebook, as everybody knows who's been doing it for a while. And as your team come into the business, you're teaching them to duplicate you. You're teaching them to commit to the system and make sure that they have all the education and all the information and training that they need as well. Okay, so sponsoring to help you go Premier. Use all the rods in the pond to find leads for your business. We covered a wee bit of this last week. That your warm market are definitely the best source of leads. People who know you, people that trust you, people that you can speak to, you can get hold of anytime. They're definitely the best prospects. And you know, you'll enjoy working with them as well. Most of them you already know them very well. You got on with them, you know what their buttons are, their hot buttons and stuff. Your customers, they're always a good source of leads as well. You'll always chat to somebody whose, you know, daughter's looking to emigrate, needs some money, somebody's paying for a wedding, somebody wants to pay for a big trip, or somebody that wants to get school uniforms for their kids and doesn't have any money at the moment. You know, you'll find out what people's needs are. Just, you know, keep in touch with your customers and make sure they know that you're looking for people in the team in their area. Okay, who do you know? Really, basically that's, you know, who do you know on Facebook? It used to be we would sit down and write a list of who do you know that's an electrician, who do you know that's a plumber, who do you know that's wanting to emigrate. But now, you know, most of the people that you know, they're on social media to some degree anyway, so they're right in front of you all the time. So just think about them as well, you know. And always ask people for referrals. Who do they know? Are they looking for, do they know somebody, their next door neighbours just lost their job or whatever? Just, you know, keep your ears open all the time. The more that you listen and receive the information, the more it'll come to you that there are people there that are looking all the time. Just make sure they know that you have an opportunity for them, okay? 3-foot rule, anybody you speak to, anybody you get within 3 feet of, you're actually not allowed to be within 3 feet of anybody just at the moment. I should really change that to 6 feet. But, you know, the rule still applies. Anybody you're speaking to, whether it's online or offline, you know, you will have opportunities to speak about your opportunity all the time. Cards and flyers. Pauline at Barney's Print Shop's got a fabulous offer just now on flyers that Frank's been using and got lots of leads from it. Shop ads as well, online ads, social media, paid leads as well that we covered last week. I get mine from Advert Anywhere, and I've sponsored quite a few people from my paid leads as well. Okay, so ask your sponsor or your working upline that is actively sponsoring to give you a hand with lead generation, give you some ideas, just basically talk you through, how to handle your leads when they come in. The phone is your best friend, whether or not you want to actually physically dial a number and speak to somebody, whether you want to use WhatsApp, whether you want to use text message, email, whatever, any tool in the box, really, everything's there for you. You're really basically working your business from your phone, most people now. Absolutely anything that, there's websites very, very cheaply. Some websites are even free to start a website and run a website, or if you want to go down the professional route, there's loads and loads of options for you there. But definitely we would recommend that you start a sponsoring group on Facebook. Okay, setting up a sponsoring group is exactly the same as your selling group. You add your sponsor to it, that makes it a group, write a welcome post, make it an announcement, put anything you like on there, product information, the PDFs of the catalogues, the opportunity presentation, the advocate team promo video that was announced at the showcase is available now to put on your sponsoring group. There's also a really good video that Kevin and Lisa did a few weeks ago as well. Both of those are on my sponsoring group, and I just tag people depending on what they need to know when they're inquiring about the business. And make sure your own enrolment links there, all the information about the kits, and make sure that's up to date, because that has changed yesterday now. We don't have a free option anymore, but it's only a £5 to join online. But the 100 catalogue kit is now £25, and the 200 catalogue kit is £45. But it's absolutely brilliant value for somebody starting a business. And because people are paying a little bit of money to invest in their business, they're going to be more serious about it, and they work a lot harder to get their catalogues back and to work their online consistently and persistently as well. Again, put a welcome message on your sponsoring group. Welcome all new members to the group. What I usually do is choose one of the videos that I'm going to give them to watch first, and I'll tag them on that and say, thanks for your inquiry, Jean. If you'd like to watch this video first, I'll be happy to answer any questions for you once you've seen it. Okay, so again, just really running through what we put on the sponsoring group. The opportunity videos, definitely put them on there. Make sure anything that you put on there is up to date, with up-to-date information on starting prices, etc., and what they get for their money. Because at the moment, obviously, the catalogue kits also include personal protection packs as well. They've got the face masks and the hand gel and the gloves, etc., etc. All of that is included in their kit. Make sure you post success stories and testimonials. These are all available on the official HQ group and on the Rhino group as well. But also make sure when you're putting those on your sponsoring group, you take the names, or take any identifiers off these posts, because you don't want people to go and look for Joe Blogs who's done £300 of retail this week. You want them to join with you. Joe Blogs is just an example. Okay. So the team building flyers from Viva MK. Make sure everybody is invited to your sponsoring group. Follow them up, just message them, make sure they've got all the information they need, answer any questions for them. And your group acts as it's a private filter, really. It keeps all your leads in the one place. You don't know what the next thing you post on your sponsoring group is going to mean to somebody. Somebody will see, oh, there's somebody that's been in the business 3 weeks and they've done £100 of sales this week. If they can make that, if they can do £25 extra a week income when they've only been in the business 3 weeks, I really like the sound of that. I'll go and join that person as well. So make sure all the information you put in there is positive. Tell them about special offers with the products, new catalogues, the showcase. The last showcase was streamed. The invitation to watch the live stream was in our group, was in our sponsoring group as well, so anybody could tune into that and then come back later on and say, yeah, that was really interesting, that really good. All the speakers were brilliant apart from that Kate Forbes woman, but really apart from that, join anybody else except her. That's all good too. Okay, so The sponsoring group's free. It's a great way to keep all your leads in one place. And whatever, wherever my leads come in from, whether it's a paid ad or a shop ad or whatever, they always, always, always get invited to my sponsoring group. Okay, so Premier, as I've said earlier, is £5,000 in a 4-week period. If you aim for 1,500 to 2,000 a week, you'll definitely hit the goal sooner than the end of the period rather than at the last minute, and you'll overshoot the goal a wee bit, which is, it's better to overshoot the goal by £100 than undershoot it by a tenner. Believe me, that's absolutely, definitely worth thinking about. So decide how much retail you need to do yourself, how many people you need to bring into your team, how many leads will it take to sponsor one person. Everybody's numbers are a wee bit different to begin with when they start to deal with leads and how they're dealing with them, and how many posts or activities or flyers or conversations is it going to take to generate one lead. How many no's does it take to get a yes? Okay, so the next bit of training that we're going to do is, it's called Go for No. This is an absolutely fantastic concept developed by a couple called Andrea Waltz and Richard Fenton, and they've written a fabulous book called Go for No. And there's a Go for No. It's actually for anybody really in their life, but they have written a special version of the book called Go for No for network marketers as well. And I was actually having a conversation on Messenger with Andrea Waltz the other night, because she's lovely and she's we're Facebook friends now and stuff, and basically that's the way they live their life. They just go for no. So what's the difference between an average distributor and a successful one? The successful people go for no. They don't worry about anybody saying no to them, which is, it's not really a concept that most people have in their life. Most people want to go through life pleasing people. They don't really want to hear no, they want to hear yes all the time. But in order to hear yeses, you're going to have to hear a lot of no's. And the more no's that you're prepared to hear, the more yeses you will achieve for sure. The successful people don't wait for yes, they go out and look for no's. Okay, so anybody in the team who's got kids, when your kids are wee and they're asking for sweeties, biscuits, books, computer games, ice cream, every time you say no to them, it'll bring them closer to a yes. And little kids really know that. They just won't stop asking. They'll just keep asking until they get a yes. And they don't care how many times they hear no. It's not personal. They know that no isn't forever. It's just not yet. Okay, so the person saying no usually hasn't got the belief, the confidence, the knowledge. They maybe don't know you, they maybe don't trust you, and they're maybe just unsure of themselves, they maybe just don't have the self-confidence really to think that maybe they're capable of doing what you're suggesting that they might want to do for an opportunity. So like everything else we do in the business, it's just a numbers game. Okay, so when you're going Premier, if you want some more sales, you're going to have to do more catalogues, post more adverts, talk to more people, and exactly the same with sponsoring. The only way you can increase your success rate is to intentionally increase your failure rate, and that sounds a wee bit kind of off really, but that is the truth. If you want to sponsor one new person a week, hello Lynn.
It's shown on my screen, Kate.
Oh no, I've not got it. I've not got it.
Hold on, it just seems to be a Facebook blip. Right, can you see?
I can see the bottom. Aye, okay, right, here we go.
Was that the one you couldn't see?
No, that's the one I did see.
Right, this one then. Sorry, it was getting frozen.
No, that's fine. Okay. So decide if you want to sponsor one new person a week. It is definitely doable, but you need to have enough conversations and you need to generate enough leads. It might take you 50 leads to have 10 conversations or 10 text messages or 10 Facebook messages or 10 presentations of your business to register one person in the business. Okay. So I would recommend that you set a no goal for the week or a no goal for the period. And the higher your no goal, the more yeses you'll get, and just go for no as fast as you can. So what is a no? And a no is very clearly defined. You must hear the no. You must be absolutely certain that you're hearing a no. Most people don't want to say no, so they'll stall, they'll procrastinate, they'll say anything to you but no, because they just don't want to. It's more uncomfortable for them to say no than it is for you to hear no, okay? So hear what a no is not, okay? So you've sent them a link to a video, they haven't seen the video, that's not a no, it's just they haven't done it, it's not a no. It's not no reply when you call them, they just might not be available. It's not that you can't get hold of them. It's not maybe later. It's not I'll think about it. It's not leaving messages or texts which are not returned. None of those are no. That's just that's avoidance really. It's rather than it's rather a no. Okay. A no show when you arrange to call them. If you can't get hold of them, it's not necessarily a no. Okay. So here's the no. They might block you on social media. They might hang up when you call them. You message them three or more times, maybe iMessage, maybe Facebook, you know they've seen the message, but they just don't reply to your message after 3 times. Or maybe sometimes they'll actually say no. And that is really what you want. You want to move on. People that you can't get hold of, they're still pending, they're still in your filter somewhere. They're not no's. You want to actually hear the no. You can't tick it off in your check on your tracker until they've actually said no. Okay, so that's what a no is not, and that's what a no is. Okay, so to get more no's, you have to post more ads, message more people in whatever way you want to do it. Phone them, text them, email them, message them, WhatsApp them. Follow up persistently and consistently until you get hold of them. And follow up with people that have said no in the past, because no just might mean not yet, not the right time. Okay, now it's been proven by many a business consultant that 60% of customers say no at least 4 times before they say yes, but most leads aren't followed up the 5th time. Most leads aren't followed up at all. So when you're blanket dropping, you don't just go to an area once and move on with whoever bought the first time. You go back to the same area 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and then you move on, because you need to give everybody the chance to say no at least 4 times before maybe they'll look at the book on the 5th occasion. Maybe it might even be the 6th occasion. But the longer, the more chances you give them to say no, a lot of them will eventually say yes. Okay, so be the one that goes for no. If nobody else is following up, if nobody else has given people a book more than once, if nobody else is speaking to a lead more than once, you be the one that goes for no.
That's it, Kate.
I think there's a bit more.
Is there? The slides are freezing again. Wow, this is Zoom playing up. Oops. Right, sorry, Kate.
Okay, so it's really important to get through the no's as fast as you can if you're on a mission to go Premier by the autumn showcase or by the end of the year. Get the no's in as fast as you can. You can either do it the slow, painful way or the quick, painful way, but the quick, painful way is actually easier. But just relax and have fun with it. The worst they can say is no, and that's really what you want. You really want to hear as many no's as you possibly can, and then you'll start to hear yeses. Now, there should be a slide with my wee grid on it.
It might still be coming up.
It might still be to come. Okay. So financially, work out what every no is worth to you, depending on how many yeses you want, how many no's you'll have to hear to get a yes. If you want £1,000 check, if you want to reach Premier this year and you want £1,000 check, you're going to have to sponsor 8 to 10 people who each do, I don't know what that is, 500 to 1,000. If you want to find 10, you might need to, if you find 10 that are going to be active in your business, you might need to sponsor 50, because not everybody that registers with you does get started and produce business. So in a year, you might need to sponsor 50 people to hit Premier within a year. That's just one a week. And to sponsor 50, you might need 2,500 leads. That's 50 leads a week. And to get 50 yeses, you're going to have to get 2,450 no's. And 49 no's a week is just 7 a day. Okay, so sometimes when you're confident enough, you might be the person saying no. If you've said no to them, that's still a no, that still counts for your tracker. Okay, Sometimes you're speaking to somebody and you think to yourself, I really don't want to be working with this person. I just don't. There's no rapport there. That, you know, this feels like a toxic conversation. It's really not. It's really not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for this person to join my business. And you can just politely say, I don't think at the moment this is a good fit. That you know, you're a good fit. This business is a good fit for you. You take it back to yourself and you just say that the business might not be the best fit for them at this moment in time, but you can maybe get back to them later. But if you're the one that said no, it's still a no. It's not easy at first, but it definitely is worth it. Okay, so that wee slide there, that was the reason I was speaking to Andrea Waltz the other day. She put a post on her timeline the other day and she was talking about, while she's been in lockdown, her and Richard, who's the co-author of the book, and her partner, they had activity trackers for things like exercising and eating healthily at home and all that kind of thing. And their trackers had gone by the wayside for a little while during lockdown, but now they're back on track again and they've been ticking off all their boxes, working through their grids and stuff. And I put a comment on and said that my Go for No grids have been really successful for me. And she asked if she could see it. So I sent her, I don't know if it was that exact one, but I did keep them for every month. In 2017, when Clean Easy announced the trip to Las Vegas, Tom and I were definitely going from the very first day. And I had a grid like that every single month for the whole of 2017. And I introduced a Go for No thread on Team Velocity Group. And a few people in the team who are on the call tonight, they decided they were going to join in with Go for No. We had a great time. We had one thread on the team group and we all posted our no's every night. And you know, so if we had a conversation at all, if we heard the no, if we actually heard the no, we would say, I have 3 no's today, I've had 4 no's today, I've had no no's today, but I'll get no's tomorrow. And the most no's I had in a month that year was 171. And I'd almost filled two no grids. That's my no grid at the top with smiley faces. Every time I get a no, I give myself a smiley face. And every time I get a yes, I give myself something else, like a butterfly or a star or something. So that was one particular month. Now, by the time we went to Las Vegas, we had filled many grids of no's for every month. But when we came back from Las Vegas, I was all ready to go for no again when I came back. And what happened just the week we came back, 3 days after we came back. The following grid that I had was for June that year. And in June that year, my no grid had something like 23 no's on it in June, because we knew that Viva was starting up. But my yes grid on the day that we started, on Pioneer Day, had 27 yeses in it. So I actually had more yeses than I had no's in that particular month, because I was willing to hear the no. So you know, it definitely is, you know, it's something to do, and the more you do it, the more you want to do it. Okay, so back to last week's planner and tracker. Use a tracker to know your numbers. Not everybody's as addicted to stationery as me, so you might not want smiley faces in a grid, but that's entirely up to you. Just make sure that you know your numbers. See who in your team can get to 100 no's first for the period. If you're going for no at all and you have a team group or a team chat, you know, just put a little grid on it, just, you know, or you know, have some kind of accountability post with your team and just say, I've had 3 no's today, I've had 7. You're not looking to see what everybody else has done. You're telling them what you've done yourself, and you know, you're not asking everybody to report back to you or anything like that, but just have a bit of fun with it. That post on Team Velocity from 2017 has over 1,000 comments on it, because we kept it up for months and months and months, and everybody had a great time with it, and they all saw that they weren't alone getting their no's. So if you want to see who in your team can get to 100 no's first for the period, when you get faster, go for 200 no's. That was what we did when we were going to Las Vegas, and 171 was my record for a month. Okay. And that's the tracker we talked about last week. And I'm just going to finish this as the last slide. I guarantee you will not hear 100 no's, real no's, not the definitions that I've said to you. You will not hear 100 no's before you hear a yes. So just decide if you're ready to go for no. That's me, I think.
Excellent, well done, Kate. I've just done pause. I've just unmute everybody so they can show that It's saying for a mute. Oh, just need to unmute. It doesn't actually give me the option to unmute. So you need to unmute yourselves. And I'll just go back to camera. That was great, Kate. Any questions for Kate? You can see why I asked Kate to do that training. It was an added bonus that had some other stuff in there about going to Premier. I'll just go down onto my video. But first of all, has anybody got any questions for Kate?
Have we already started doing my go for no, Kate?
We should have started yesterday. I've got no nose. I've got no nose yet, but I've got a yes. I'll put a new post up in the group.
What was that? That was good. I remember that, and it's the results are going for no.
Yep.
For the competition with the group, which wasn't really any prizes. It was just a wee competition. So the prizes were that you got people on your team.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you hit your goals, but
everybody that did get yeses.
Yeah, of course they did. Absolutely.
Yep.
I love that training. Well done, Kate. Thanks very much. Does anybody want to say anything? I've got a couple of bits of recognition just before we go, but anybody else got anything they want to say, or a question, or anything you want to ask, or anybody want to go for no's?
Yeah.
Trisha's already committed to going for no this month.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's something we should launch.
You can either do it by the period, by the 4-week period, or you can do it by the month.
Right, watch for something in the Rhino group. Let's go for no, because a lot of people on tonight are pretty experienced, weathered, not in the weathered way, but weathered networkers. But for new networkers, new team builders, it's really important that they recognise that going for no is a huge part of the business, is getting no's. To find the yeses. And what I like about the Andrea Folks, but more importantly what I like about Kate's version of it, is it teaches you that no is a good thing. It's a happy face. The more no's, the more yeses that you will get. Anybody want to say anything before I go? If not, I know what I'm going to finish on this week. Because I can remember easily, because there were two people, just to recognise Mary. Where's Mary? Mary, where is she? I'll find her. Mary Stewart. Yeah, and Kurt and Tracy. I think I've seen Kurt and Tracy there. She might be away now. Kurt and Tracy, yes.
Tracy's still here, yep.
That's the two people from the Rhino group who were in the top 20 retailers this week.
Well done.
Well done, Kurt and Tracy. How did you get these sales? Was it catalogues, online, or both, Tracy?
This period here has been purely catalogues.
Woohoo! I love to
Fantastic.
hear that. Even me, who's been pushing the online since I could push it, loves the catalogue stories. Well done. And Mary, how did you get yours?
Most of the catalogues.
Most of the because I know you're doing online as well.
Yeah.
Blanket customers.
A bit of both.
Excellent. Well done. Well done, guys. What I would like you to do for before the next webinar, if there's anything in particular you would like to see covered, or you'd like to see covered for your new people that are tuning in, because at the moment it's kind of us people apart from Dean, maybe. Hiya, Dean. A few people that have been here not too long, but if you could start to do something that you feel might attract your new people, or something that you would like to see covered, or something that you would like to cover, I'm open to that as well. So after the Zoom, if you want to let me know if there's anything you'd like to cover, or anything that you would like covered. Anybody else got anything to say before I pick somebody to close the meeting? No? Well, I love the way that Fiona, so I'm picking on you again, Fiona, but it'll be somebody next week. I'll pick on somebody different next week. But you are really positive. I love the way you closed the meeting last week. So go on. I'll over to Fiona Waddington down in Salisbury to close our meeting. Action.
How's she there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who's mute though? Fiona, you're muted.
she's there.
She's muted though.
You're muted, Fiona.
That's you.
That better? Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah. Right, guys, time to get those notebooks out, get your goals set for the period so we know what we're aiming for, and get going for your nose, going for your sales targets, and getting out there and spreading awareness of the brand. So have a really productive week.
Well done.
Absolutely.
Cheers, Fiona.
Brilliant.
Well done.
Thanks, Fiona. Thanks, everybody. Remember to
Bye,
message,
everybody.
message me if there's anything you want covered, or if you want to cover something. Looking for new trainers.
As
Trainers.
always.
Thanks, everybody.
See you
I
later.
will see you
Have a
there.
great rest of
Bye.
period 7. Bye. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. The dogs are starting to fight. Bye, everybody.
It's really nice already. It's really nice already, does. New trainers. Yeah. She said we look for new trainers. Like already does. Yeah, you gotta get that too. You have sponsoring thing. Oh yes, I'm gonna. Hang on. Not saying what to do now. Just gotta get running, brother. So you can't even get your post done because this shit is just ruining everything. Oh, this is still on. I need to know. I've got a sponsoring group, but I need to know how you get everything to put into it. Sponsoring group, what means sponsoring? Well, that's sponsoring group. I set it up. Do what? Through Facebook. It's that what Lynn said, friend. No, friend is the video, isn't it? Yeah, but I've got a sponsoring group. I set it up the same as my page. Instead of a sponsoring one. Well, I haven't filled it because I don't know how to fill it. No, you have to go with Lynn for that, but obviously she spoke to us about the bits and bobs of what we need, well, what we have to have, but at the moment, you're tied up with parcels. Once it gets split, well, you can have days where people can help you. You'll be finished and you'll want to come back and sit down. By the time you're finished, you have your tea, and that's basically it, isn't it? You've read your list, you've done that, so that's it, you're finished. Until you're around split, you can't afford anything. You can't even post ads at the moment. Your shop, can you? Yeah, I can. It's like you're shattered. I'm not shattered from the card book, so the meeting the other night with Lynn, and I haven't caught up yet. The card book, so you get there.